What up, what up, what up, what up?
Yo,
We back.
yo, what up, gang?
Back.
What up, Gritty gang?
How y'all doing?
Good morning, wifey.
Y'all know what time it is. All glory be to God.
Yes, sir.
Episode 3
All
of the Gritty
praise
and
due.
Wylie show. How y'all feeling this morning?
Yo,
Hey,
man. Happy to be here, bro.
I'm trying to figure out what you got this broom for, cuz
Oh, you already know what it is.
what do you have this broom
It's
for?
a gift, man, for my man. See, when you my man, I gift you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I'm gifting you this broom, bro. This is what happens out there in the world, man. Get used to it,
Who would
man.
have thought that,
Nah.
that as we was talking about our topics and our picks, we wouldn't even be able to talk about it for the rest of the. Come on
The
now.
playoffs, man. It is what it is, man. I think we knew the faith of the Lakers, man. They went out, strong and hard, pause, no Diddy.
Whoa.
But at the end of the day, man, Phoenix, you knew they was looking for that broom. They just don't play well enough. You know what I'm saying? They don't move the ball.
Nah, it's
You know what
not
I'm
those
saying?
type of
They
games.
isolation. Vogel, you gotta tighten up, man.
He not gonna be there next year.
You think he out of there?
He out of there for sure.
Darvin Ham, tighten up.
He out of there next year.
Word?
Yeah, he
They
going.
finna bring in Doc.
Oh no! I'm looking at Mark Jackson though, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, why
yeah,
don't they
yeah,
bring in
yeah.
Mark Jackson? I don't know. Ever since the Golden
trying to
State
say.
thing, I think he made everybody try to go to church or something.
Nah, he
Yeah.
wasn't with the LGBTQ stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know
That's
that.
not gonna work out in L.A.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah,
L.A. They get down.
Yeah,
They get
Sin
down in
City,
LA.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Right. Yeah.
crazy.
So that's not gonna work out in L.A. because there's mad weirdness going on out
Yeah,
there. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But it's all good though, man.
Debauchery.
We love our LGBTQ
yeah,
community.
You know, support.
Tune in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But everything's good though, man. We appreciate all the love and all
Facts.
the responses we're getting with the
Facts.
show.
Facts.
We just got to shout out a lot of people that's making it possible, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody behind the scenes that's, really, working hard to get this show out.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you guys. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe, follow the gram, follow the Twitter.
Lock in,
If y'all
man.
got any questions, y'all want to drop something, any type of reviews or whatever,
Lock
email
in.
us at the Gritty or the G&W Show 20.
Make sure you subscribe too, man. I know the world is built around 2 to 3 minutes.
Like two.
Right. So, hey, we're going to put out some little clips.
Yeah.
Just hang in there. The show
Stay
just going to
locked in,
get
stay
popping.
locked
We're going
in.
to evolve. We're going to get better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Just stay tuned,
You
man.
know what it is. You know what it is.
You know what
So
I mean?
kind of speak on that. Go into depth about the Lakers.
Man,
Second it with the Suns.
you go first, man, because y'all got the broom action over
Okay,
there,
so-
man.
so
it
my-
should be quick.
As a fan, you know what I'm saying, I'll make it quick. None of us had confidence going into the playoffs. We was trying to fake it. We was trying to bring up some stuff that maybe if Devin Booker has the same playoffs he had last year.
Is he a point guard?
He can't be.
Right.
He can't be. You throw two at him, he might fold. He might. You know what he said when he was in the little runs? He was like, man, let's work on our game. Let's get better. Don't double me in pickups. Should have got double in pickups a little bit more, D-Book, man. Come on now.
It might have been the shoes.
It could have been the shoes. I'm thinking, getting swept. We got
With
swept. It
KD?
wasn't even close.
With KD?
Wasn't even close.
Them young guns ran y'all out the
I'm
building.
just trying to figure out how Bradley Beal ends that game with 6 fouls, 6 turnovers, and only 9 points when Devin Booker and KD combined for 80.
BB, tighten up.
And he's getting paid $50 million. Now we was talking about we not pocket watching and hating on the bag. I'm hating.
He's stealing.
He's stealing.
I'm going to tell the truth.
He's stealing.
He stole this year.
So yeah,
He ain't played half the season.
Yeah,
Ben
he did.
Simmons.
Oh, yeah, he did a
Yeah.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but Ben Simmons wasn't getting paid as much. He wasn't getting paid.
Nah,
that
he was getting a
much.
bag.
He was getting okay.
He
yeah,
was getting a bag out of Philly. Philly signed him to a big bag,
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah,
and he
yeah.
did the okie doke.
Yeah, he
My
hit
thing
with
though
it.
is Bradley Bill get with Mike, strength
Yeah,
and
come on
conditioning.
now.
He gonna get your hamstrings
get
right. He gonna
something
get your
right.
Achilles right. Whatever you need, man. But you
know
gotta
what it
stop
is.
stealing money, B.
Stop stealing money.
I like your travel ball team though. You legit with them kids.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
hey, you
keep
stole
working with
some
the
money
kids.
this year. Tell them kids how you stole some money.
Yeah, put some money into the kids, the money that you stole, family. But,
Right.
that's all it is for the Suns.
It was
Not
terrible.
Too much,
It was terrible, B. So
Yeah.
they gotta break that up.
Yeah, it's gonna
But
be
the
cool.
Lakers, man, they led every quarter except the
Every
third.
half, yeah.
Every half. All the statistics say it should have been a good series.
Yeah.
They should have won. Not
Right.
even should've been. They
Yeah,
should've
yeah.
won.
Right.
Right.
They should've won
but
that.
Yeah.
Jamal, Murray. And say less.
got your number.
He a bucket, B.
Yeah,
And that's what happens when you got a bucket on your team. You could go through that. And that 1-5 pick and roll, man, they just didn't know how to play it.
Tough.
I probably, as a head coach, I would have maybe doubled that last possession and made Joker have to do something spectacular.
Well, you see the breakdown. Torian Prince was telling Rudy to go up.
Yeah.
And Rudy didn't move. And
Yeah, I don't know. Rudy didn't have a good series. He played okay, but it's more to be desired when you got to beat the champs. You got to be perfect.
Right.
And they just wasn't. They made a few mistakes down the stretch. I'm not even going to talk about my man AD and the contact to the shoulder, the falling down, the squirming on the floor.
I thought it was over with.
I've been in that position before on my shoulder with my labrum, and I got hit like just a breath, like just brush like that.
Right.
And I had the same reaction. So it was legit, people. Cut him some slack.
A little bit.
I'm validating his little injury. But he was all right to finish out the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, we gotta mix it up a little bit. I think we gotta go get Klay. I think we gotta go get Klay Thompson. His father was a Laker.
Yeah.
And I think he want to come home, and he always had aspirations of being a Laker.
Finish his career with
We
Bron.
go get Klay. We can pick up little Bronny, so we could keep
He said,
Big
get everybody
Papa Bear.
we can to get this ring again.
at least get his son so he'll stay.
Right.
The Lakers, Jeannie Buss is the owner of the Lakers. If you listening,
Tap in.
get Bronny Jr.
Get him.
If you get Bronny Jr., LeBron will stay.
Mm-hmm. And then try to
If
get
you
a
don't
shooter.
pick him up, he may opt out. He got a player option for like $55 million.
Oh, yeah. He'll be
So, but I don't think bread is an issue for him anymore. So he might go where he may win a chip, or if the Lakers don't bring in maybe a couple of shooters, I think he may be looking to bounce. So, yo, LA, please drop the bag on Bronny. Drop that bag so we could keep Mr. James.
He said, please.
I think that's the key to their success.
Yeah, fact.
But next year we'll get it. Hopefully he come back. He got to reevaluate. He'll be going into his 22nd year.
Yep.
And we'll see how that goes from there.
Yeah, that's all it is, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So is
At least we didn't
Kyrie
get swept.
not one of the 12 best American basketball players?
Well, we know why he didn't make it. We know why he didn't make it. Because Kyrie is easily the most skilled. I mean, we know why he didn't make it. He's easily the most skilled. If you watched the game last week where they was playing against, the Clippers, Kyrie just going crazy. Going crazy. And I'm
How do
like,
you build an Olympic team, though?
And why you holding
USA
that mic like
basketball.
that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you build a team in USA
And you're not putting the best players.
on the floor? So, but you know what? I remember something like this in the early 90s with Isaiah Thomas, when for some reason he wasn't on the team, and at that time he was one of the better players in the world.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a small God
That
thing.
dream team.
Right, that dream team, 92 I think it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the small guard, because hey, last year in the World Games, USA didn't get a medal.
Nah.
So I think we panicking right now. They didn't get a medal, and I think it's because we were playing a lot of international size. Pause.
Ant-Man and them all over there.
Yeah. Ant-Man went over there with Reeves and Brunson.
The world.
Right.
Y'all ain't even with it. And then they ended up losing after that. I'm like, huh?
We didn't get a medal.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think the committee was looking at, we need size, pause. You know what I'm saying? We need strength, pause. You know what I'm saying? We need athleticism. So I think the way they constructed it, they went with the Curry.
So
You
you
know what I'm
picking
saying, the
Hal
shooter.
Burton over Kyrie Irving?
Me?
He's not bad. I mean,
Nah,
he's a decent
he ain't
facilitator.
Kyrie.
No, but
Yeah,
the
you're
thing
right.
is
You're right.
that they need a passer. They need
Yeah.
a distributor.
Which Kyrie can play that role. He can.
Nah, that nigga's a bucket.
Nah, he's definitely a bucket.
He a bucket.
He's
He
definitely
a bucket getter.
But he can play that role if he need to. But I don't think him playing that role on the USA team is the best thing. And I think that chemistry is a little bit of issue. But I think it's also the fact that, he's had his issues with the league.
Right,
All the
right.
reasons why he's been out of the league has not been because of his game or because of his injuries. It's been because of,
Yeah.
certain things in politics and things like that. And I
Right, the
think,
political standpoint.
the
want
U.S.
the-
trying to keep him, keep the face clean. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You bring somebody over like that, you don't know what's going to happen. But,
He burning sage and shooting arrows.
Right. He got the little one earring with the
Yeah,
feather.
feather in
So he's a different kind of cat. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. Do what you
Right.
do off the court, man. I ain't in your lifestyle like that. But Not
He been
having him on the
quiet,
team is
though.
crazy.
In Dallas, he been quiet.
Yeah. I think without New York City, you sneeze, they gonna find out.
Yeah,
Right.
So he tucked away in Dallas
Small
a little
market
bit.
team.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really. You in Brooklyn, man. When you in Brooklyn, everything blows up. We big over there. It's a big apple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
So
facts.
you do anything funny, we looking at it and we're gonna blow it up. It's gonna be all over the news, the tabloids, and everything.
Right.
So right now he doing his thing in Dallas, but at the end of the day, I think it just was a chemistry thing. When you build a team, you got to have parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think they filled that part with the scoring and attackers,
Right,
with the
because you
bigger
got
guys.
KD, Book,
You know what I'm saying?
Embiid, a lot of them guys.
You had
that can
LeBron,
hoop.
you know what I'm saying? So when you got those kind of guys on the floor, and then now you got to surround them by like marksmen. You know what I'm saying? Guys who can catch and shoot, one dribble pull-up game.
Yeah, and then they got to defend.
And he could do all that, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
he can fill the role. It's just, it's
Is
tough.
it politics?
Politics all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's the league, though. The league is a politic, man.
Yeah.
You know, everything is about the money and the promotion and
multi-billion-dollar industry.
So they, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure somebody in that room was like, yo, we not putting Kyrie on this team?
Right.
And then they went to a couple of years ago in Brooklyn when he had the little situation with the reposting something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The vaccine, all that.
Right. So at the end of the day, it's like, yo, man, we don't need all of that noise. We need to get this gold. And I'm, man, USA, tighten up.
Right.
Tighten
we gotta
up.
get that. We gotta get that. We can't have
more
track runners talking about us all day, every day. That's
right,
crazy.
Right, because there's more Europeans coming over, taking spots.
European,
You know
Canada.
I mean? Yeah, Canada balling.
Canada.
So a lot of these dudes is trying to come
you
over.
You got Shea, you got
Right.
Jamal Murray, you
going
got
crazy.
Dillon Brooks. Hold on.
So at the end of the day, we're going to, USA basketball, let's get it right, man. Let's get it right. Let's bring home a gold.
Come on now.
We in France this summer, let's bring home a gold, man.
Speaking of Canada, Shy, SGA, Ant-Man.
We running ones or something like that? What we doing?
I got Ant-Man.
Okay.
I got Ant-Man.
Hey, so we got a new segment coming out right now. We call it Run the Ones. We're going to put y'all best ideas against each other. So today is Ant-Man versus SGA. Who would you run your organization around? Who would you build that franchise with? I got Ant. I think he's the face of the league, to be honest.
I like Ant-Man too, but I ain't gonna hold back on if you slide me SGA though.
Yeah.
I mean,
SGA, he a fly nigga.
Yeah. Pause.
Ant-Man, he more bravado.
Yeah.
His commentary is a little bit more better. Niggas like him. Like him.
Nah, they do. The shoe is heavy though. The shoe is a little heavy. Oh, by the way, you see what we wearing today? It's official.
Off-whites.
The off-whites. You see how I'm
Puma
doing
suede,
Got
some
the
lights,
Jesus tools on.
Skater fit, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is.
Yeah,
Sneaker game, ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? But Ant, I feel like it's just his determination and dedication to the game. Because even when he came into the league, that was what they were questioning. They was like, he's so good at everything else. Is he gonna focus all in on basketball? And once you saw him focus in all on basketball, there was nothing that, maybe I'm just saying this because of recency bias and we got swept by him. He just looks so dominant against us, but he just looks like one of those guys where it don't matter if it's LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kareem.
He going at
them, and he gonna talk.
He's a predator.
Talk.
Yo, SGA is a bucket, though.
No, he's a bucket, though, for sure. Smooth, silky.
Shea Gildress, Alexander is a bucket.
Yeah.
And see, the crazy part is I really started focusing on him when he was in Kentucky. My man was out there, Kevin Knox. Yo, what up, Kevin Knox? Jump on the show.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Knox Jr., Kevin Knox Sr., what up?
Yes, sir.
He was out there, and I was watching him. You know what I'm saying? I was impressed with his ability just to get buckets,
right?
Not force it,
right?
Real smooth with the rock. His pace, his confidence is elite.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So if I was to get the second pick and they say you got to get SGA, I'm good.
I'm happy. Yeah. Because he also has IQ. I think that's something that a lot of players, and I think he even has a little bit more IQ at times than Ant, because Ant has a lot more talent and athleticism.
Right.
Shea, he'll get to that spot, but he's also having a whole lot of assists, a whole lot of rebounds, making smart plays, getting efficient and things like that. So, yeah, if that's the second pick.
Yo, he should like Ant-Man, though. You saw what he did to his man KD.
Yeah.
You see this man right here? He glazing Ant-Man right now after he just boomed on KD, swept his squad.
What am I supposed to
man,
do?
he just
What am I
like
supposed to do?
KD.
What am I supposed to
KD
do?
got knocked
What
off
am I
by
supposed
Golden
to do?
State
I
and then went
can't
to go
hate.
join them.
I can't hate.
Now he on the
So I'm supposed to hate?
Ant-Man
How was what? So I was supposed to
glazing
hate.
bandwagon.
I ain't even. I was bro. No. Because first of all, I loved Ant before when he was at Georgia.
You can't
and
love
everything.
him though. He just smushed on that man.
So you telling me you don't think Jokic is the best player
man,
in
you
the
saw
league?
how hard it was for me to say it.
But
though.
you said it though.
No, I know, but I wasn't that. It wasn't that easy though. Like this man is sitting here.
I feel you.
Talking about Ant-Man and all his stardom.
No, but I mean,
and he just swept his squad.
I can't hate though.
Now, when you
I
saw
gotta
me
be
give
objective.
homage to the Joker, I was mad.
Yeah,
I was reluctant.
but we've been swept for a little
This
bit.
is the
now.
new age, though, man.
But now
They
we've been
Glazers.
It ain't
Michael Glazer.
Nah, I can't even be that.
We just switched it all up, man. It's the Gritty and Glaze show, man. Come on, man.
Hey, look, when I want to talk about you, Glaze and the Lakers, when y'all knew y'all was gonna lose.
Nah, I'm a Laker fan. I'm a fanatic.
Right. I'm a fan of
Fanatic
basketball.
and glazing is different.
I'm a fan of basketball.
Hey, respond, comments. Was he glazing? Holla at me, man.
Oh,
is that
man.
official glazing or what?
Man.
If your team gets swept, you can't praise that dude like that.
It's been a while.
You're supposed
It's
to
been
be a
like 2
little
weeks since
reluctant.
we've
You're supposed to
been
say
swept,
SGA.
man, or a
I'm not
week or
dealing with
whatever.
that man. He just
We
killed
lost
me.
the first 8.
Nah,
I ain't say Ant-Man over Book though. I ain't say that.
Nah, but
I ain't say that.
But you went into Ant-Man's bag and all of these accomplishments.
You right.
And with this and that.
Yeah.
Yo, next thing you know, you're gonna see a picture of him and Ant on the gram.
Hey, if I get a pic with Ant, hey, I'm posting that joint. You're not posting that joint.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not posting a pic with Jamal Murray if you get flicked out with him.
No.
Cap.
No.
Cap.
I can't.
Cap.
I can't. I'm a fanatic. Jamal Murray's not getting posted. I like your game though. You a bucket, but I'm not posting the way he did me. I'm not doing it. Not after he sweep us.
Oh, goodness.
We got a W, so I could talk a little bit.
A little bit.
man.
You got it. My broom over here. You
Number
right.
one Glazer.
You were. Oh, goodness.
with the W, how y'all feel about Candace Parker retiring?
Clap it up for Candace.
Candace, man, you a goat. Clap it up.
The
clap
real
it up, clap it up.
CP3.
You a goat, man.
Hold on. Don't do that.
The real CP3. I'm hating.
Don't do
I'm
the
hating.
like that.
But you
Oh,
know,
man.
multiple championships, rookie of the
Every
year,
level, every level.
level just been dominant.
Dominant,
you know what I'm saying?
man.
So
Flowers, man. Flowers,
give her
Candace
flowers,
Parker, man.
You know what I'm saying? She's great.
A
She's
hooper,
great.
man.
Real deal
She
hooper.
locked me in, LA. So, I still, even with the females, I'm dealing with that too. So when she won the chip for the LA, you know what I mean? It was big time. Candace, you're a GOAT.
Everywhere she goes, she's
Get
a
your
winner.
flowers. See you in your second half of your career.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Amish.
With that being said, how y'all feel about this triple bypass reclass?
Oh, goodness. What? Oh, you got it.
As Coach D would say, triple
Oh,
bypass.
goodness.
Yo.
We here.
Now-
Go ahead, B.
Yo, man. First things first, man. Do what you need to do for your kid.
Got to.
Do whatever it takes if you believe he has the ability to play this game, at least at the college level.
Right.
When I first came into this game, man, I didn't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? This is 20 years ago. So, the first thing I would say is educate yourself on what reclassing is before you hate it, before you have a negative thing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do your education. Understand what it means. Understand what it is. That's the biggest advice I have is understand it. Don't look and judge. Understand what they may be doing to give their kid the advantage they need to get to college, to get to the next level.
For sure.
It's tough, though, as a parent when you feel like you're going into a tournament and your kid 13 and he playing against 15, 16-year-olds. It's tough, but it is what it is. Basketball, at some point, age don't define it. You know what I'm saying? In those early stages, you do have physical differences. But to be honest with you, if you look in the college, there's physical differences now.
100%.
Because you got less and less high school players and more transfer guys
Yep.
with the COVID. So guys are now 23, 24.
Right.
My son's 24 playing college basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so now it's kind of like catching up where like you don't want your man being not developed physically and mentally before he steps into this arena.
So that 7th to 8th grade puberty stage
It's
the
big.
biggest
It's
gap.
a gap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where you get the most criticism.
Right.
Because my little man is 12, 13 going against 15, 16-year-olds.
Right. He looked 12.
And he looked
His
12.
body 12.
And he got a beard.
But you know,
Right,
you got,
You know what I'm saying?
You got some people that
said
hit
he
that.
got a beard.
He got a beard. We had a tournament just recently where, I got true 12, 13s.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? We going 15, 16s in the 8th grade tournament. Homie had a beard.
No,
I told him he gotta go box that in though. Go box that in, clean it up.
Clean it up.
You know what I'm saying? I got my man Wolf.
You know what
my
I'm saying?
Man Jesse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sixth Element, what up?
Yeah,
you know
get chopped up, Justin.
So, you know what I mean? So, Almighty Barber, what up?
Yes, sir.
So, you know what I mean? So, go get that cleaned up a little bit so we don't need, at least we got to guess.
Right.
That's the problem I'm having now. It's like,
they
it's
just
so
out in the open.
Out in the open.
Wearing it out
mad
there.
Wolf under the arm, hair all over the place.
In. Yo, what's up, coach?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yo, we play you? Yo, yeah.
He
said, ain't I see you at Sefton Christian last year? Wait, what's going on?
Right. So I'm not a hater by no means.
Right.
Reclass your kid if you think that's the advantage you need
Right.
to get to that next level. The problem I have is the haters.
Yeah.
Like the parent that's not gonna let his kid play that weekend because he feel like those kids are reclass kids.
Are they wrong?
I'm not gonna say they wrong.
I think that you have to remember that basketball is not a fair sport. So you want to give your kid the best opportunity to embrace that as early as possible. Because what happens is you got a lot of kids who go all the way to 8th, 9th, 10th grade and have never played against any type of competition. And then they go to school or maybe transfer to a better program. Now they got to play against all of these guys that are like way better than them and they don't know what to do about it. So I think reclassing hate is a little bit just irresponsible because you have to understand that you go against some guys that's going to beat them guys anywhere.
Anywhere. And the biggest haters be their peers.
Yeah, 100%.
What did you say on Monday about when these children are met with adversity?
Oh, when they met with adversity, man, it's tough to persevere for some of these guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's really tough.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things we always talk about is competitive anxiety.
Oh, for
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
The guys like the guys that I train, the guys that I coach, we actually speak on it.
Right.
We don't not acknowledge it.
Right.
Like the anxiety, the pressures, the stress. Mental health is a big deal.
No, for sure.
You got to pay attention to your kid. Pay attention because it's a struggle that they may not even be able to identify.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's something that comes about. You know what I'm saying? And you got to really identify because what I've seen in my 10 years that parents don't have a grasp of their kids' anxiety level.
Define that term first, though.
Anxiety, competitive anxiety. Competitive anxiety for me is when anytime it's time to compete,
that hard start.
You no longer are
Mm-hmm.
able to do the things that you do at the routine level.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself struggling to catch the ball,
right?
Remember plays,
right?
Hear through noise,
mm-hmm.
by just closing that noise out and focusing on the voices that you need to hear.
Right. Being unsure
of yourself.
Right.
Just not sharp ever.
Right.
Not one game, but all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just for some kids, it takes from like to break that ice to get comfortable. But the problem with the comfort is like you make those mistakes, all those mistakes through trying to get comfortable. Those mistakes allow a coach to pull you out.
Right.
Pause. And then when you get pulled out the game, now your confidence level drops even more.
Right.
You start questioning yourself.
I remember you said something. It was like, how comfortable you are is the reason for why you don't want to, why you're not where you want to be.
Right.
Because of your comfort, you stay where you want to be,
right.
but you got to get better.
Right.
So a lot of these kids, they have that competitive anxiety because they stay at that level or, they play at a lower level that makes them feel comfortable. They feel dominant. And that sometimes happens with a lot of reclasses. Like, that's one thing with the reclassing thing, too, is that if you're reclassing to play down, that just doesn't do anything.
Right.
Like, you should be either reclassing to play in the grade that you were in or a higher grade or, if you're in that position, at least play at your grade. But, like, don't reclass and be like, all right, well, I'm going to play with 6th grade, even though I could play with 8th grade or whatever the situation is. And it causes that competitive anxiety because once you get to high school and you can't change your grade or whatever the situation is and you're a junior and you only got one more year of eligibility and you can't play against these guys, you start shaking because you're worried about if you're going to get a scholarship. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? So don't be comfortable, kids. Push your limits. Try to be the best version of yourself every day because that's the biggest thing. You get to where you want to be if you're uncomfortable.
Reclassing has a positive and a negative effect.
Right.
Maturity would be a big reason to reclass.
100%.
But there's unsuccessful reclassing.
Thousands of them.
You know what I'm saying? So you could reclass your kid with an expectation. They don't meet it.
Right.
And then what?
Right.
Like, what do you do then? You know what I'm saying? Where do you go from there if you reclass your kid and then you find out that this kid ain't even going to play basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's been some reclasses that don't work out. So don't think like, oh, if I reclass my kid, he gonna get a college scholarship.
Yeah, no.
Nah, there's a level of work that still goes into it. There's a level of dedication that still goes into the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And tying reclassing and competitive anxiety, there is some parity there because some kids' maturity may need them to reclass. They're just not mature enough to handle the
Facts.
things you want them to be.
Facts.
Like for example, I want my kid to be on the circuit in middle school because they got now
EYBL.
no EYBL
junior.
So they've got junior, high profile basketball now, middle school stuff now.
Right.
And everybody's is dying to get their kid on that level.
Right.
But the kid may not be ready. So it's a lot that goes into it. I say the one thing I want you guys to leave here with is do your research.
Do your research.
Everything is different for every kid. Like I can't reclass my kid because he reclassed his kid.
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
two different kids.
Right. You gotta understand the situation.
Right.
Do your research, understand it, and if anybody telling you that they reclass and they out of public school, that's cap. You can't reclass at a public school. No. So there's rules to it. So don't think that there's not no rules.
Failed.
Right.
Yeah. Your kid need to do some
That's not
reading.
reclassing. He need more.
He need to make sure he get the education.
So let's not like draw the line between the kid needs a little bit more time to develop in that grade, and then reclassing the kid because you feel like that gives him an advantage in his maturity and his mental preparation.
What is the difference
of what?
Of failing and reclassing, or you feeling as a parent from an educational standpoint, your kid isn't ready? Well,
you gotta be understanding your kid.
Yeah.
Like if they struggling with reading and writing, and they barely pass, or you getting suggestions from the teachers that maybe they need to go through this again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's different than saying I'm gonna take them to a private school. We're gonna go reclass and get that competitive advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a big loud scream when he's academically having struggles. Like there should be those open houses and conversations with teachers.
Right, because then
the kid needs help.
Not the priority at that point.
Right.
You're not having him fail to play basketball. He's not going to be eligible.
Right, you're not going to be eligible.
Yeah,
so just understand it. Do your research.
Right.
You can't reclass in a public school. Mm-hmm. You got to get to an academy, get to a private school, understand it. Especially if the school you're at, if the private school you at has dual enrollment, that helps make sure your kid is not like staying at a level academically when they're advanced.
They already passed the grades and they just take the grades
Right. So
again.
that's another loophole is that dual enrollment. So I could still be reclassed and be taking college courses.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So there's a method to the madness. You just got to get with the right people who's not trying to hold your son's education back. Because I don't want my son who's very smart
to be dumb.
Right, to feel like he's dumb because he's reclassing. Because I know a couple of kids that have that mentality. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a kid now that I think if he reclass, it puts him at another level. Not saying he can't do it at the level he's at, but giving him that one more year of an advantage. But he feels like, Coach, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't dumb, and he don't understand it. And I told him, be patient because when you get to that 8th, 9th, and it's like, oh man, I ain't ready for my clock to start. Because the clock starts when you get to high school. So for all your middle school crazes,
you're no longer a big middle schooler. You're no longer a great middle schooler. You are now a high schooler. You got to go against sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
So, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, do your research. Pay attention to your kid.
Right.
If they need, to talk to a counselor, to talk to somebody about the pressures they feel, allow that to be a outlet. I know a few kids that do get therapy.
Yeah.
So it's a positive thing. Parents, therapy at a young age is not bad. These kids are going through a lot at this age.
All the cell phones, all of the
drama, trolling. I want to meet mommy, daddy, grandma's expectations in life. Insecurities.
Free service.
You know what I'm saying? So tap in. It's parents. Don't feel like your kid has some while illness if they need to speak to somebody about some things. Allow that to happen.
They just might not feel comfortable talking to you, parents.
Because they talk to me. So a lot of those kids need to have a ear to lean on that's not going to judge them, that's not going to tell them that that's something they shouldn't be thinking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Mental health is serious, I mean, tap in.
Exactly. And then one of the things with reclassing, I think, and it kind of ties to that point that you were talking about, like that maturity. A lot of times, what you can't have as a negative with reclassing is that when some kids reclass and they play to the level of their competition, they might get beat by that 12-year-old when they're 14 and 15. And what does that do to their confidence? You know what I'm saying? Like you playing and you thinking that all these kids is like little kids and you not making your layups, you not making your shots. You can't just drive through 3 guys because they actually got a plan and now you 0 for 7.
That's tough when you reclass and you still ain't good enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because that's
happens, though.
That's the situation, and you just always have to remember is that if you're reclassing a kid, and it's the same thing kind of like with post-grad, you're expected to be better than everybody in the class that you were just in. You're not expected to be just as good as your class. You got to be better than all of these kids in your class.
Yeah,
if you can't do that.
It ain't working like that,
didn't
though.
Work.
Nah, it ain't working like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day,
you may have to reclass them twice, though.
Triple reclass.
Do what you got to do.
Triple bypass.
If you can reclass your kid 3 times, do it.
Do it.
Whatever you got to do, man, because once you can't help them, you can't help them. And it gets to a level where you can't help them no more.
Right. Just know that, sometimes, their peers have a little bit to say about that in certain situations.
Right. And I think that's the toughest critic is the peers.
Yeah.
Especially if everybody knows it.
Yeah.
If it's on the low, you good, but if everybody like, yo, you was in my class, how you 2 classes? What's good?
Yeah. How you in my little brother
I think
class?
a little bit is hate though, because they looking like, man, I wish I would have did that.
I wish I would have had that time. Yeah, they're jealous, envious.
My cousin did that, bro. We was we the same age, but he graduated with my little brother, 2 years younger than me. Then he went JUCO.
Right.
But he was the #1 DN in the nation for JUCO.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting back looking like, damn.
It worked.
Right.
So it's a little bit of hate from the peers.
Right.
So that's. But the dude that's the dude that's the reclass dude got to feel like, man, whatever.
Yeah.
Holler at me when I'm getting this back.
Yeah.
His one to reclass. It was like he went to juvie and all that.
Oh. Right.
It was different.
Oh, right. Yeah, it could be some situations.
Yeah, I was about to say that was back in the day. There wasn't no reclassing back then.
Right. But it's all good though. Just do your research.
But yeah, man, how y'all feeling about the draft?
The NFL draft.
Hey, shout out to my boy Mike Penix, man. Graduated my year.
Man.
See him.
Tampa.
I thought he was going to be a hooper. I'm not going to lie to you, because that tech squad that they had, I think it was 2016, 2017 or something like that. They had a bunch of dudes that was there, and he was one of them guys that was getting at that rim. I was like, hold on. And then he got us a pass, and I was like, okay, nice. And then, he got a scholarship, and I was like, okay.
Tampa Bay Tech, shout out.
You know what I'm saying? And then I see him, I'm like, he's at the college football championship. I'm like, okay.
Right.
He do it, and then he get drafted, and I know he loving being in the A, though. That's being in the A.
Being in the A.
Mike Vick already gave him the salute.
Right.
Yo, that's crazy.
Kirk Cousins,
Shouts.
watch out.
Yeah.
This boy can play.
Teach him well, man. Teach him well.
Right. Nah, Mike P did his thing, man. I remember my son graduated that same year, so I was kind of like into the whole high school football thing. My son played football at Tampa Catholic. And we grew up with the quarterback his name was Devin Black. So that was our big time quarterback. So I remember like the streets was talking, who's better? Devin Black, Michael Penix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and we was always on, we was always like D Black is the dude. So just to see him stick with it and really persevere and stay to that craft, even transferring out of Indiana,
right,
and getting to Washington,
right,
and really being able to do his thing like he did,
right.
That's salute, man, to hard work and dedication,
Facts.
man.
Fighting back from 2 injuries. You know what I'm saying?
I think maybe some ACLs.
ACLs, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, to y'all kids, injuries are a part of the game. It's about how you respond to it.
Right.
You want to get that bag, you got to rehab, you got to work, you got to recover, you got to do all that stuff, because most of the people that are in the league right now are hurt. They got injuries and things like that, but you got to fight back, and salute to him for fighting back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, for real, man. Way to put Tampa Bay Tech on the map, man.
Yeah.
You did your thing, man.
Yeah.
You could throw that thing, man. You know what I mean? It didn't work out in against Michigan, but you got the job done by making your family proud, man.
100%.
Congrats,
100%.
Congrats, bro.
Hey, I'm happy about my team. You know, I'm a Chiefs fan, so you know we got Tyreek Hill 2.0, fastest 40-yard dash in NFL history. You got Worthy out there from Texas. We looking nice. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what
I
I'm
was just happy to see a lot of young brothers reach the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You got Caleb Williams, #1 pick in the draft.
How you feel about that though? Like how do you feel about him as a quarterback?
Man, I'm a salute, man. Think about this though. It's rare when you get the #1 pick being a black quarterback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's been a few. But it's rare. So anytime you see a young man really persevere in his craft like that, especially a minority or brother, it's just nothing but salute.
Right. They got a lot of expectations on him though.
Yeah, because I mean he could sling it. You know what I'm saying? He's good with that.
But the Bears, they just suck.
They put some people around him now.
Nah, he got
it's
some.
the line.
Yeah,
it's not. They've been had what? It's the line.
Line. Yeah, man. Hopefully they get it right. Keep that boy clean.
Yeah,
because if not, he's gonna be running for his life the whole game.
Just like Fields.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what happened. And
that's a tough part. How you give up on Fields and you ain't even let him build yet?
Weapons.
Right.
No line.
And then give up on Fields after 3 years with multiple coaches.
Still never get a line.
Right. And then I don't understand what Pittsburgh doing.
I think I understand.
They saying out loud, Russell's the starter, Justin's the backup.
Yep.
And he's supposed to teach Justin how to be a pro
for 4 to 5 years.
Is that what we saying? It can't be 4 to 5.
What he got signed to? How much?
I don't know. You know how it goes.
He still got that bag.
It ain't. Yeah, but you know it ain't guaranteed. None of this is guaranteed. So if he got him for 4, then that means he would give him like 2 years.
Yeah.
Give him 2 years because you don't bring that young cat in that's a monster. And like it ain't. Justin did his thing.
I think what they think it is, if Russ doesn't perform, they got somebody that they can
to.
At least keep them where they need to be.
And they run the same style. So they'll run that same style offense.
Exactly. You know but you also don't have to worry about whether or not you're gonna try to find somebody in the draft or try to find somebody after Russ leaves. You already got that person there.
Why they give up Pitts though? I like the Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Nice.
I don't know. They felt like he just wasn't getting it done.
Yeah,
like at the end of the day, I guess Coach T said, "Nah, he ain't the one. Let's get a little bit more athletic."
It's tough, it be like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, you talk about Mason Rudolph didn't make it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got Kenny Pickett didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? You got a couple other guys that they just didn't pan out. It's just tough. The league is. And that's the thing about the league. It gets to a point where sometimes, like, you got the Aaron Donalds, the Chris Jones, and if you keep getting spooked every time you see them guys, they say, yo, we need another guy.
We need another guy because everybody's job's on the line. So at some point, you got to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You got to make the move if you're thinking about that job.
Right.
You got to be a predator.
Yeah,
right. Nah, it's tough out there, man. It's a violent sport. So, you know what I mean?
But salute to all those guys that got drafted, all y'all young guys. Y'all got generational wealth now.
Right.
Do well with it. Make sure you manage your money, save your money, buy your mom a house. I know you want to, but manage your money. Be financially literate. You know what I'm saying?
In crypto.
Right. Did you see the way they devalued a running back, though?
That's crazy, though, because back in the day,
running back used to be the asset, the golden prize. Now it's like the top running backs going second, third round.
Yeah, you finna be a head case, all them hits.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I think it's the league. The league as a whole, they don't feel comfortable paying somebody that's going to be taking a whole lot of hits and that might not play.
CMC.
But my thing though is like, but you don't even get the real good bag anymore.
Nah,
like I remember when I was younger.
They was get paid.
They would at least get that initial bag.
The LaDainian Thomas.
Right, initial bag. At least signing bonus, get that man his money. Yeah. Now Ezekiel, dude just fighting for bread just to get the second contract.
Zeke came back to the team. He left, bro. I'm like, how you what?
Because they got rid of Zeke, like we all in on Pollard.
I like Pollard.
And then Pollard after year or two out, next young guy in. They got to do something to protect those guys. They take a lot of hits.
OJ said that though.
Yeah, shout out R.I.P. OJ, man. Rest in peace, OJ Simpson, man. At the end of the day, man.
Yeah,
he passed.
You know
what I'm saying? He passed. OJ.
You know what I mean? One of the greatest. I'll say that athletes.
He's one of the great athletes of all time.
Athletes of all time. Athletes.
Off the court. You could be the judge of that. You know what I'm saying? I know. I ain't gonna lie though. In 95, we was throwing a party. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
In 95,
when he got acquitted,
glove don't fit.
When he got acquitted, when he got acquitted, we threw a party. Yeah. And I don't know if at the end of the day, it turned into something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it became a little something different than did he do it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It became, at the end of the day, it became something that everybody don't like to talk about. It became a race thing almost.
Yeah.
I
You know what I'm
had to
saying?
talk with an old dude at my job about that.
Yeah.
And that's what, I was in that era where I was locked in because that was like the first time they really put it on TV like that.
Right.
They
put
put
the
Watts riots and all that.
all that, post all that. They really put the whole thing on TV.
Right.
Like his whole case, the
Right.
whole thing. You know what I mean? So before there was all that social media, you know what I mean?
You
that
had
was
to
like the
lock in.
first thing that you could like allowed you to lock in on.
You think they gonna do Diddy like that?
They gotta do Diddy
They
like
gotta
that.
do
They gotta do Diddy like that.
They gotta go find
They
them.
gotta go find
They gotta
Diddy.
go get
Yo,
Diddy.
Diddy, if you in the Bronco, bro.
Hey, they coming for you, Diddy. They coming
right.
for you.
Nah, but it was a big period in '95, man, and you know,
Yeah.
as an athlete, never could doubt his greatness. Off the court, some question.
Yeah. You know.
Did we party? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, but to wrap it up, God put something on my heart, and they kind of spoke about it at Bible study last night. A lady gave a story of a shepherd and the sheep, and she was saying that if a sheep would keep wandering off, the shepherd will break its legs, but carry the sheep. So the shepherd and the sheep have this intimate relationship. Right. So now the sheep is able to recognize the shepherd's voice as the shepherd is nurturing this sheep back to health. So when the sheep is better, the sheep will always come to the shepherd whenever they hear the shepherd's voice, which is crazy because sometimes you got to be broken to this point of surrenderance, right? So we talk about showing up. You kind of spoke about it as Penix going through the ACL injuries and everything like that and fighting through that adversity. And you spoke about it on Monday and then they speaking about it at church. So it's like, how are you going to show up? And what does showing up look like? Right. If you only show up at a point in time when it's convenient for you, when you feel like it, well, then you're going to have a convenient life. Right. You're going to be a convenient ball player. You're going to be a convenient husband. You're going to be a convenient person because you only show up when you want to. When you show up on the days when you really don't feel like it, when maybe you only have 20%, and even if you only give 20% in the gym, 20% in the classroom, 20% in your marriage, 20% in your craft, that's all you had that day. You gave it everything you had that day. That's what it looks like to show up. And we talk about competitive anxiety. Competitive anxiety comes from not showing up. Confidence is in the work. You can't build confidence if you're not working confidence. Right. If you're not showing up when you don't feel like it, when it's time to show up when you need to, you're not going to be able to. Because why? Just like last week, you don't got the endurance. You playing.
Right.
Playing
you say you playing. You saying you want to be great, but you playing.
Right.
Exactly. We get a lot of that. Just to piggyback on that, we get a lot of guys who have these dreams of what they want to do.
Yeah.
But the blueprint and the foundation is laid out for them as far as the work. And when you could opt in and out, when you could decide this is not the day I feel like doing
I'm trying to tell you.
You taking steps back.
Right.
And go ask anybody who's successful at something. Ask them if they didn't suffer.
Right. You got to have you suffer, sacrifice have to be a part of the success.
Yeah.
And you don't want to suffer? You don't want to sacrifice?
Yeah.
You don't want to be successful.
Yeah, I heard a quote that said, on the other side of sacrifice is everything that you want. So you have to sacrifice to get what you want.
Got to.
Or you not go get what you want, you know what I'm saying?
Is that not why he was on that cross?
Think about it.
Think about it.
And he even said, Lord, if you can take this cup from me, nonetheless, thy will be done. Even he's showing you,
right?
I don't want to do this.
Right.
I don't want to go through that, but I have to because it's bigger than me.
Right.
You got to show up.
Right.
It's bigger than you.
Right.
Because you don't know who's looking up to you.
Right.
You don't know who sees your grind, who sees your effort. It's not about you.
Right. It's not just all about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about this in the weight room on Monday. I was saying, if you only got 5%, but you give me 3, I feel like you're cheating.
Every time.
Because when you could have been at, if we go to 10 days, now you're at 50%, now you at 30%, and you can't do what I expected you to do by this time. It's all because you didn't want to put in the work And that comes back to, that competitive anxiety. When you're emotional about certain types of things, that's the thing about sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your feelings a lot of times. Because a lot of people think the sacrifice is getting to the gym and doing all these different types of things.
No, that's the easy.
It's really the emotional, the
mental and
aspect.
Emotional aspect.
Yeah.
Getting up in the morning before everybody do to go get to work. That's tough for some kids.
5 in the morning, we doing a podcast.
Right, because we love the people. We wanted to bring the people. We wanted to bring the people something gritty, some Wylie.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just a matter of this was the time that we needed to really do it. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was sacrifice whatever we got going on.
We couldn't think about our feelings, man. I bet you all of us would probably like to be asleep, but we like to do the work more than we like to be asleep.
Right, man.
Because we know the product of the work is something that's going to be great. It's going to be something generational. It's going to be something that builds a legacy. And that's what y'all kids got to think about, That's what, the viewers, whoever you are, think about building a legacy. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to be about you when you're not here. It's going to be about your kids. It's going to be about everybody that looked up to you. It's going to be the generations after you. If they don't got nothing to hold on to, your name becomes nothing. You disappear in the time frame. You know what I'm saying?
If you want to be different, you can't turn it on and off.
Right.
If you talk about being different, that's 24/7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about reaching goals, you got to be all in.
Right.
And I know some of these kids don't understand how to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just get with the right people. You know what I mean? Get with people that can show you the how it's done.
Right.
For example, it's 5, 6, 7 years now. Every morning, I decided to dedicate my time to anybody who wanted to get better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, it has nothing to do about me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what the God put in my cup to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My job was to spend this time building these young men, not only in the game of basketball, but in the game of life. Because if you really know Coach B, I do a lot of life lessons. I talk more about life than I do basketball.
100%.
Because basketball is only going to be a certain period.
Right.
The life lessons you get with Coach B, Coach Wylie, Coach Pat is for life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So every podcast, if there's one thing that they get, it's got to be life has got to have a bunch of things going on. You got to tap into all the emotions. You got to tap into the smile and the laugh and the crying, the pain. You know what I'm saying? I'm one that believes pain and love are connected.
100%.
I believe that when you love something, you feel pain.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's got to be a level of pain in it to know that you love it.
Yeah.
Because everything would just run the same.
Because if we don't go through nothing, how I'm going to know it?
How do you separate love and hate?
Exactly.
How I'm going to know? There is no difference.
You know what I'm saying? How do you separate that if you don't know and go through it?
I heard a quote that said, what you go through makes you. If you don't go through anything, you're not made of anything. So when you get to that point, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you get to that point where you need to have something going on, you know what I'm saying? Or you need to, a lot of these kids, they have that situation where it's like, oh man, I don't got nobody to lean on. My school is going down, my game is going down, this girl just broke up with me and everything. That moment right there can be cultivating something in you for the future, and you have no idea because you're just sitting here moping and pouting and everything like that. But if you look at that as a situation that can grow you and mold you in the future, if you go through a breakup while you're in the season, you can be like, oh, I'm still locked in and everything like that.
I got a kid blowing me up right here.
Put him on.
Who do we got here?
We got Jarvie.
We got Jarvie.
Oh, we got Jarvie on the pod. Hold on. Say what's up to Jarvie. Say what up, Jarvie.
This is a kid that want to be different.
We want to be different. You see what time it is?
So right now I got a kid blowing up my phone for the pickup to go to the gym to work.
Yo, man. Say something, Jarvie.
Say something, Jarvie. Say what up to the world. Yo.
Jarvis Pope. You know what I'm saying?
Pope,
one of those guys.
One of those guys that want to be different. You know this is the 5th call I got from him to get in the gym this morning.
Right, during the podcast. So that means he up early.
Live. You know what I mean? We live right now with Jarvis. You know what I'm saying? But this is a kid that want to be different, man.
Yeah.
And this is what it takes. You got to wake up every morning trying to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. This is why I wake up, everybody. To help kids like this. You know what I'm saying?
Day.
This wasn't scripted. This is real.
Can't be.
This is real right here.
Real work.
You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about hard work and dedication, it ain't just cap.
Right, exactly.
Real, raw, and right now. You know what I'm saying? That's going to conclude episode 3. Always to God be the glory.
Yes, sir. You know what it is.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yep, Gritty, Wylie, we out.